Hi everyone, my name's Rich and you're watching Warhammertime. Yes, it's Warhammertime. Yes, it's Warhammertime. Today I'm going to do a pseudo unboxing. I recently did the first, what might be a series of videos about my pile of shame, and I looked at some of the small boxes I've got lying around that I haven't got to even building it, let alone painting. And that did lead me to building a couple of things last night. One of the things I realised is that I bought Dominion, which is the big Warhammer Age of Sigmar 3rd edition starter, not like the plain starter set, but the launch box, I suppose. I bought this not that long ago. It's been out for ages, but I bought it not that long ago, and I've never gotten around to properly opening it. Now, I say pseudo unboxing, I say properly opening it because I have taken the core book out previously and had a look at that. That's the only part. This is a stunning looking book. When I was a kid, one of the things that most intrigued me about Warhammer Fantasy Battles was the sheer size of the book, and here we have another great big book. What's fascinating is that Warhammer Fantasy Battles was around for around 30 years. I think it was exactly 31. Age of Sigmar's been around for, what, 2014, 9 years at the most. And already they have so much lore, so much history. They can fill up this whole book because, you know, the core rules, they're like 8 pages or something daft like that. This is not about the rules, this is about the world, the universe. There's also, you know, they're part of the glory campaigns, but there's just so much stuff in there. Well, as with all Games Workshop books, it's lovely, but I particularly like when you don't have all the words covering the amazing picture on the front. So yeah, that's the book. I have looked at that before. What I haven't done is ever dig any deeper into Dominion. So I've mainly been playing my Lumineth Realm Worlds army. I do have a significant amount of other Stormcast Eternal, but I think a lot of the Stormcast Eternal in this box set are more recent sculpts, more modern than what I got. Excuse me fiddling with my hair. This is the problem when you can see the camera. You know, what's my hair around? Crazy hair. Okay, everyone knows that song, don't they? The crazy hair song. I'm going to cut that up and use it as a meme like Mariah Elizabeth does on YouTube. If you don't know Mariah Elizabeth, you don't have a 10-year-old daughter. So we've got some Cool Boys here. So this box set is Cool Boys versus Stormcast Eternal. Both of which factions I have a few bits and bobs aside anyway because of magazine subscription. Cruel Boys, I seem to remember actually being quite nice to put together, not too many pieces. If you watch many of my videos now, you know I'm not a big fan of loads of pieces. So yeah, of course, what I'm forgetting is this box and the Stormcast Eternals in this box kind of signalled a slight redesign, or the most significant redesign in Stormcast Eternals since they were launched. They got taller and more sort of in proportion, more like a Primaris Marine. So we get the cool guys with spears. Yeah, I'm not going to remember their names. Bunch of them on sprues. I would imagine that's the same set of sprues there. So we've got a squad on there. Oh, here we have the little hobgoblin things for the Cruel Boys. Yeah, I've already got some of these from that magazine subscription. I'm not deliberately not saying the name in the magazine subscription. I just can't remember which one it was. Conquest or Stormhammer, Skull, Fist, Blood, War. One of them ones. Warp something. Warp Stormer, perhaps. Warp Stormer are an excellent stonery thrashy stoner band from London, and they use the old Games Workshop logo. It's now officially old as their merch. So this is another Stormcast Eternal sprue. This must be the Praetors with big axes. I don't have any Praetors. I'm very much looking forward to getting them into my army. More of those little grotty things. Oh, that's interesting. We've got Cruel Boys on one side and Stormcast on the other, which very strongly suggests to me that those are going to be characters. And this looks like a wizardy person on that side. I don't know if the Cruel Boys have wizardy people. I will have to read more and find out. Now here, this is where we get some of the big guys. I'm going to remind myself by looking at the back of the box and obscuring your view. So that is a killer boss on Great Gnashtooth. I'm really pleased to see, as ever, big pieces. I mean, it's still going to take a while to put together, but it's not 700 pieces. It's only 100. Excuse a mild burp. This must be Indrasta. So, I played against the force featuring Indrasta at Hereford War Games Club once, and she seemed to keep bringing people back from the dead, which really annoyed me. And it was really difficult to kill that army because she just kept bringing them back. So, very keen to make her. I might make her after I've made the other one of these. So, I made this guy last night, making another one tonight on a live stream from 10 o'clock, and then I might do Indrasta immediately after that because I've wanted her for a long time and haven't got around to it. We've got some Griffhounds on here, and we've got some really gnarly skulls and stuff for the Cruel Boys. So you've got another character there for the Stormcast, and I imagine another character for the Cruel Boys. Let me just put all of those sprues over there. So what else have we got in here? We have got a big bag of bases. Always a big bag of bases, and a big Warhammer. Oh, even more bases. Bases for days. Good to have them. We come unstuck without them. We've got one of those divider things which is essentially useless as soon as you've built the box. So that's Indrasta, in case anyone didn't know what I was talking about. I've heard, I seem to, or have I heard or have I just got the impression? I've got the impression that Cruel Boys aren't very good in terms of the actual game, which seems like a shame. Like if you launch a new edition of the game with a brand new enemy, because obviously Oryx and Orcs and Goblins existed before, but the Cruel Boys are a completely new faction, a slightly different. There is a bit over there, I'm not just flinging things at my children. It's a bit of a shame they're not very good, and from what I understand, they're not very good. Shame. I'm going to build them anyway. Cards, this is what we like to see. Games Workshop, give us the cards. Give us the cards in the set. Let us simply look at the information that we need on a piece of card. Now, I know, because I've tried to buy them, that you cannot get for love nor money the Stormcast Eternal big card sets. And I say not for love nor money. You probably can get it for love. You definitely can get it for money. A ridiculous amount of money, because it's not being manufactured at the moment. I wonder, I mentioned this previously, I wonder if that's because there was another edition coming with Ionis Cryptborn, and that's been scrapped. Certainly, you know, there's a few Stormcast out, including Ionis Cryptborn, that need new cards and weren't in the old set, but come on, give us another set. Anyway, for everything that's included in this box set in Dominion, you get the cards on pieces of cards that you can put in front of you and easily refer to in a battle. Not only that, you even get the points on a little handy card and some allegiance abilities, stuff that is very difficult for old brains like mine to remember otherwise. And of course you get the same, so the Hobgot Slitters were the little guys I was trying to talk about. So you've also got Gut Rippers, Manskewer, Bolt Boys, I didn't notice them. One of the characters was a Merc Knob, great names. One of them was a killer boss, of course. Then there's a Swamp Corner Shaman, so there was a wizard in there, a Swamp Corner Shaman, and another killer boss. I'm hoping somewhere there's a card for the massive thing. I've probably just missed it. I'm sure I have just missed it. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Anyway, yeah, that massive thing. This guy, I think he gets a card, right? I hope so, because he looks good. Well, as I said, he's probably not very good. Instructions, how to build the things, always useful. And I didn't even realise that there's another little booklet. I know beasts. I have spent my lives, both of them, hunting them, studying them, taking their measure as I run them to the ground and drive my spear into their sorry hides. So listen to me when I tell you of these creatures, and listen well, because it just might save you. Whatever it is they want in Gur, it goes beyond the simple desire for violence. As long as they and their earthquake god roam free, none of us are safe. Indrasta, the Celestial Spear. That's what it says on the back of this booklet. So this is like a quick jump in thing, presume, because as we mentioned, you know, the core book, it's rather large. If you want a little bit of background on the forces that you actually own, rather than the entire everything that's happened since the destruction of the old world, 10,000 odd years of history, then this tells you all about the factions. So I suppose it's a bit like a mini battle plan for the factions that you get in the box, and you don't need the cards repeated in there because you've got the cards on pieces of card. So that is Dominion. I'm going to build some of it as soon as possible, especially in Dresser. But as I mentioned tonight, what I'm doing at 10 o'clock is I'm building the other one of these, another Stormdrake. And I'm going to join me for that. I shall talk nonsense at you. You can talk nonsense back at me through the medium of typey, and we'll have a lovely, lovely time. And I'll see you then. Oh, that would have been a great ending of this button, didn't you think, wouldn't it? Let's try again. I'll see you then.